Welcome to this week's video, and this week we're doing the most scariest thing we've done to our boat. We're moving the engine forward and exposing a massive hole in our hull. So we're removing the Saildrive and we're going to replace the diaphragm and strip down the leg and replace all the seals and clean out inside. We're on a bit of a boat break at the moment and we've hopped to the opposite coast. So this week we're bringing you the video from Before I get you guys down to the boatyard, I want to show you one of the most famous maritime buildings in Liverpool. The building behind me was the original headquarters of the White Star Line, who built and owns RMS Titanic. After the sinking of the Titanic in 1912, the officers of the White Star Line headquarters were too scared to leave the building and so read out the names of the deceased from these very balconies. The building is now used as a luxury Titanic themed hotel. So I'm going back to our hotel room now to do a bit of editing, and you guys are heading down the boatyard. Good morning. So this is day 2 in the boatyard, and today it's Saildrive day. So the task for today is to remove the Saildrive from the boat and put it on the floor. We're probably not going to get to stripping it down and re-hauling it today. That might be another day, but we'll see how we get on. First things first though. So just while I'm waiting of James, that's the other James, the expert, I'm just going to spend a bit of time talking about what a Saildrive actually is, just for the viewers that we've got that are not sure. So, this is the Saildrive under the boat, and it's basically a self-contained unit which has the propeller on. Inside here there's a lot of seals, various different things, and the engine sucks water up through these holes here, which go around the cooling system of the engine to keep the engine cool. So this is the top side of the Saildrive from inside the engine compartment, and that goes all the way through the hull. So there is a hole here, and there is a rubber diaphragm, a seal here, which goes all the way around. It's a bit like a frisbee. And that seal is the only thing between the sea and the inside of the boat. And Volvo recommend that you replace these seals every 7 years. Now, a lot of people don't do this, and in fact, I don't even know when the last time this seal was done. It could even be 20 years, I'm not sure. I can't see anything visibly wrong with it. It's not letting water in, but we just want to get it replaced and do the right thing. So it'll be really interesting to see what the seal's like when it's come off. So this is the flap that we've pulled off, which just kind of, it's like a boot, it goes around there, if you can see that. That's the first thing we do. So we've pulled that off, and all that's there for is to stop marine growth growing up inside here, which it seems to have done its job, because it's actually fairly clean up there, if you can see. And this is the diaphragm that I've just shown you inside. So the rubber seal is all around here. So I've just brought you to a yacht that's just a little bit further down from us, and I just wanted to show you that not all yachts have a Saildrive. So this is actually probably more common than a Saildrive, and this is where you have a propeller on a shaft here, which is held in place by a P bracket, and there will be a separate inlet somewhere for the cooling water. So there'll be a through hull which the engine will suck the cooling water in. So these configurations do require maintenance as well, and one of the jobs is every so often, I don't know how long it is, but they'll take the shaft out from the engine and change all the seals. That's called the stuffing gland, and that's probably the equivalent to what we're doing but on our Saildrive. For those of you who watch our channel quite regularly, you'll have probably spotted the two swans that live in the marina, Marvin and Daisy. Well, it's breeding season at the moment, so Daisy's on her nest, and Swan Island is just over there if you can see it. So the noisy little birds that you can hear are the common terns, and they come every year from West Africa and they breed here, and they have their own island that they come to, which is near Swan Island, just there. So in order to change the Saildrive diaphragm, you have to get a Saildrive kit, which has got everything in it that you need. So let's have a look what's in it. So when you change the diaphragm, you've got to remove the unit from the boat, and you've got to take the unit to pieces. So inside the Saildrive leg, there's various different seals, and all those seals are going to be changed as well. And I'm really pleased about that, because if the seals get worn, they can start letting seawater in and it will mix with the oil. The oil will become milky, which is no good. And also inside the leg, you can have a lot of marine growth, like mussels and things growing, and that stems the water flow that goes around the engine, and that potentially can lead to overheating problems. So the whole unit is going to be overhauled with this kit, and I'm really pleased because it'll be like new afterwards. So got various different things in here. We've got a new anode here. The anode that we've got on is still in good condition, but we'll probably change it anyway. Various different seals. Yep, these are the main bits here. So that's the new boot seal, or whatever we call it, that I've just shown you, and that is the actual diaphragm. Just seeing if this one's got a date on it. Yes, so there's a date stamp there. So this is 2023. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm hoping that the one we take off will have a date stamp, and then we can see when it was last done and what condition it's in. And just so you know, that kit costs £500 and it's from Volvo. And I think that's much better value than the rudder bearings that we did the other day. I still can't get over the fact that they were £900. And just to show you the anode that we've got on, it's here. And that is actually in fairly decent condition. But as we've got one, we might as well have new. This one's been on for about a year and a couple of months. And this is the new prop that we had put on last year too. Still in lovely condition. This should have been a simple job, but in our case it just wouldn't budge. But a bit of heat did the trick. Yeah.
They're all right. To be honest, I think your water's been coming in from the side here. See where the damage
They
is?
look quite worn.
I think they've not been changed in a long time. I think your inside seal's all right.
Yeah. Okay, so the normal way of removing the oil is by using the oil drain screw at the bottom of the leg. But as we were stripping down the entire unit, this was quicker.
See, there's no noise. You have a go.
Oh yeah, they are really smooth.
You can see there's a little bit of corrosion on this one, probably from the water.
Yeah.
But generally, it's in pretty good nick. And you can see there's slight grooves on the shaft here, but I think we can manage them. A lot of that's
what we're going to sort of clean up.
A lot of that's just marine growth.
Oh, some of it's coming off from the nail, that.
Exactly, yeah. Bit of emery cloth, and that'll clean up lovely.
Yeah.
Smooth it out.
Okay, so what we've done here is we've removed all the bolts on the ring around the diaphragm. We've removed the bolt here. We've removed the bolts. Yeah.
Right. Gonna try.
Okay. It's coming loose. Bit more. We're just trying to separate the sail. Yeah, bit more. I can see a gap though.
Is there enough to get a screwdriver in?
Yeah.
Right, I'll get a big screwdriver.
Okay. We're now just trying to separate the Saildrive from the engine. So yeah, we've taken the bolts out of there. We've taken the engine mount bolts off. Okay, I just thought I'd jump in here to explain. We did try removing the Saildrive without moving the engine, but it wasn't possible, so we did have to move the engine forward. So first of all, we had to disconnect the exhaust and any cables that were restricting it, and then we pulled the engine forward by hand. It was actually quite an easy job, and we didn't even have to use any wooden levers. This is the fuel hose, the engine stop, and I can't remember what the other one was. I'll stick it on the screen. In the end, we only had to pull the engine forward about 2 inches. Wow, look at that. It's out already.
Just like that.
Wow. Right, I'll grab it off.
They all were carrying at the same time.
So the Saildrive is out now, and we're just having a bit of a break for dinner. It's all gone really well this morning, no hiccups. The only things that we found broken is one engine mount, which shouldn't cost too much to get a new one of them. And we've noticed that the water inlet hose was quite cruddy inside, so that might have been adding to why we think there's not as much water going around the engine. And now we've got a big hole in the boat. Look at that. The Saildrive was, and that's where it connects to the engine. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful. Some people might do things slightly differently or in a different way, but this is just an account of how we did this process. I've certainly learnt loads by working with James, and I've really enjoyed it too. So in the next episode, we strip down the Saildrive leg and start cleaning all the parts, and find out just how old our Saildrive diaphragm was. Thanks again, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to remind you of our next episode. See you later!